just walking. Right.
Nobody's sitting up front.
Let's start. Yeah. Huh?
Do I stand next to you or up on the stage?
In this ceremony, I thought you're just sitting right now. Oh, no?
Are we sitting? We're sitting.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
And to the father of the bride, who has journeyed with Carrie to bring her to this moment.
Her mother, her friends, family.
And to our friend Ilan, who has journeyed with Ilan to bring him to this moment.
The beauty of the friends that are gathered here today, the beauty of the earth, and the loving presence of the earth.
Okay. You may be seated.
Oh, that fixes the sound.
And to everyone assembled, welcome. What a glorious day. We're gathered here in this unique setting. It didn't snow as much as they said it was going to, but we did get moisture. So it is indeed a glorious day. We have a unique opportunity this evening to share with Carrie and Ilan. It is unique in that we share in unity and in a universal reflection of our relatedness and our meaning given to marriage as special invited guests. We've gathered here to celebrate oneness under the overarching cosmic canopy that enfolds all of creation, all of religion, and therefore all of us into one mysterious presence we simply refer to as God. We welcome you. We thank you for your support and love, which enriches and gives meaning to what we do here today. Thank you for being here to express your unbounded love for Carrie and Ilan. It serves as a testament to your commitment to support them as they continue their journey of growing together. We come now in honor of the God of Abraham and Moses, who taught us order, the God of Solomon, who taught us wisdom, the God of Hosea, who taught us to love and also to forgive, and the God of a simple carpenter from Nazareth, who taught us not only to love beyond ourselves, but taught us to love ourselves for who we are and what we might become. We come with a recognition of the oneness of God and the God of oneness and the harmony of all things. We come in response to a God who calls us to see Him in the faces of every person we meet, who calls us ever forward to a future of promise and fulfillment. We come with the recognition that nothing separates us from one another and from the love of one universal God. We are the sum total of every thought, every memory, every act, and every experience that brings us to this moment. It is the heritage of memory, but also every dream and every aspiration that calls us forward into the unknown for what lies ahead. All that is, but more importantly, all that is to be. We are both thrilled and fearful of the possibilities, but something else, something greater, that has called us together today. It is in the realm of relationship, the being of togetherness, of two people who love each other. And with that comes the promise to grow and enhance, and brings us to the realization that in the arms and hearts of each other, they can be more than they ever imagined. Elizabeth Barrett Browning wrote, "How do I love thee? Let me count the ways." But marriage is more than counting and keeping score. It is about fulfilling promises and embodying commitment to each other. Marriage is a living organism. It is dynamic. It grows with stimulation and even irritation. As a living entity, it grows as you grow through interaction with friends and family. The experiences that you enjoy and you're sharing together, and the ways you explore your relationship. What an adventure. In life, we search for various avenues to happiness. Money, a new car, position, travel, education, career. But sometimes we're trapped by the past. But you, Carrie, and Ilan have worked through much of that problem and have abandoned the scars. But remember, there's always the possibility of new wounds to face. And when injury occurs, remember to apply the soothing balm of care for each other, often above self. May the needs of other rise above the desires of self, so that wholeness is restored. That is the meaning of love. Sometimes we're bound by a perception of what the future might be. In the final analysis, the path to true happiness is in the here and now. To take each moment and enjoy it for what it is. To live life to its fullest. Perhaps our ultimate purpose in life is simply to be, and in that being together, face life's challenges together. To speak, to solve, to enjoy the fruits of your combined labor. Thus, you wander through the maze together in this adventure we call life. Religion and philosophy may attempt to tell us of meaning, but that does not take into consideration the serendipity and almost accidental encounters which both enrich and excite us. Logic does not always serve to find meaning in personal relationships. Be mindful of the beauty around you, the rhythm and the music that makes life beautiful. And above all, be yourself. Carrie and Ilan, we live in an imperfect world. We ourselves perhaps are imperfect, but we have each other. Be a friend and a partner. Be open with each other. Trust and reveal yourselves to each other even as the budding rose opens to reveal its fragrance and beauty. Listen to each other and hear more than words. Listen with the ears of the heart and hear the language of presence, of mood and expression. Respect each other's rights and do not seek to bind or press the other into a stifling mold. Marriage is not a matter of finding the right person, but in being the right person. Ilan, your company has grown and flourished because people know they can trust you. You and your staff approach their goods with care and compassion. And those traits will serve you well in your relationship with Carrie. At that point, it's also tempting to say, keep on trucking. But that would be crass in this particular setting. And I know you will anyway. Carrie, you're constantly a breath of fresh air. Your enthusiasm and your always friendly smile produce a tone of happiness wherever you go. In class, nothing is off limits as you cause us to think and grow. You're not afraid to ask hard questions. Your joie de vivre is a joy for all of us, and I hope that goes for Avery and Aiden also. And now with Ilan and your extended family. Keep up the good work and just be yourself. May you attempt to see sunshine in every encounter. May you awaken each day with a song in your heart, a smile on your lips, a dance in your step, and a kind word and a tender touch for each other. And now would be time for you to share with each other what's on your mind, your commitment, and sharing of your love.
So I'm sharing from the moment that me and Carrie met. I did feel like we're not alone. It was a very, very special moment. And I felt like that it was very special, and I felt like we always been surrounded and supported. And I'm just looking forward, like it's funny, is Captain Andy telling the story about 22 days in the ocean. And I feel like I'm ready to take any wave, the big one and the small one, together.
Ilan, we are two odd ducks that have been brought together. And I'm attached, and I'm in love, and I nourish and cherish our relationship. You're very generous with me, and I, as you and I've agreed, 50 years, I love you.
I think Khalil Gibran wrote these words just for you and for all those on the beautiful path of heart and hopefulness. This was his writing called Speak to Us of Children. And he said, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends with you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that it flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable.
This comes as moments of gratitude to the family.
Should we go and say thanks to him?
Welcome, my son-in-law.
Congratulations. I'm glad you're one of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm ready to take the word.
And because what we do here together is a matter of two persons joined in the union of marriage, it's a symbol of unity for all of us. And so as they light their unity at the candle, we'd ask that perhaps you stare at one of the candles on your table as a symbol and expression of your own unity for what they do here.
So, we need the light. Oh, I like that. Thanks, sir. That's good. You ready? Give me the, I'm gonna give you the mic.
And now a moment of commitment. Do you both mutually agree to be each other's companion, husband and wife, observing the legal rights belonging to this condition, that is, keeping yourselves holy for each other and from all others, as long as you live?
We do.
Yes.
Inasmuch as you've committed your lives together in love and before the gathering of these witnesses, by the authority vested in me by the Church in the state of Colorado, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Perhaps a kiss would be in order. Let us pray. Divine Creator, the energy that has called us into being, that has loved us beyond our ability to understand, that has invited us to this altar of your being as a statement of that love. We are grateful for your presence, which gives meaning to that which we profess here today. Our history in the state of Abraham has taught us that the union of two people in the relationship we call marriage is a sacred commitment. In the evolution of our understanding and relationship with you, we've come to recognize the nature and depth of covenant and how we've expanded that understanding to engage in the sacred rite known as sacrament. We are grateful for the evolution and maturing of that understanding because it enriches our relationship and broadens our perspective on the meaning of love, and it emphasizes to us that we are one as a people engaged in worship of a universal God. We are privileged to be enmeshed in the warm friendship with Ilan and Carrie. We're thankful for the joyous event that has brought us into your presence. As we come now to the altar of your love, we would pray your finest blessings on their union. May they find joy and comfort in their relationship and experience satisfaction as they grow in their love for each other, and what that means also to extended family. In this body of friends, we pledge our warm support to them as a couple and as family. We ask that you accept our prayer and our commitment in the name of the one who ever tempts us to adventure toward the horizon of our being and expand our ability to love. Amen. So now, for the very first time, I would like to introduce to you Carrie and Ilan Levy.
You can hold it with 2 hands. My arm. I love it. I see him only on yoga classes.